Picture this. You stand at the edge of a vast arena, torches flickering, crowds roaring, yet the real contest has already begun in the shadows long before any sword is drawn. The greatest warriors of history never waited for the ambush. They sensed the shift in the wind, the flicker in an eye, the pause that betrayed intent. That is your first and most noble power, becoming the silent sentinel of your own destiny. Not through paranoia, but through awakened clarity that turns potential manipulation into mere background noise you no longer even register. Manipulation thrives only where perception sleeps. The moment you train your mind to read the invisible currents, motives disguised as kindness, pressure masked as urgency, flattery hiding agendas, you step into a realm where influence loses its grip before it ever tightens. This is not suspicion. This is mastery. Ancient strategists understood that true victory begins with seeing the board clearly. You study people the way a sculptor studies marble, not to break it, but to reveal the statue already waiting inside. In everyday life, that means noticing the colleague who suddenly needs just one small favor after months of distance, or the friend whose compliments arrive precisely when they want something moved in their favor. You observe without judgment, catalogue without reaction, and decide your path with sovereign calm. Begin today with the ritual of the quiet observer. Each evening, replay one conversation from your day as if you were watching a play. What was said? What was unsaid? Whose energy shifted when you mentioned your own goals? Write 3 observations. No more, no less. Over weeks, patterns emerge like constellations. You will see how certain voices rise only when your guard lowers, how urgency is manufactured to bypass your wisdom. This practice does not make you cold, it makes you luminous. People sense the depth in your gaze and instinctively offer respect instead of schemes. You become the one others cannot easily steer because your internal compass is already locked on true north. Layer this with deliberate questions that illuminate without confrontation. What would make this even better for everyone involved? Or, how does this align with the bigger picture we both care about? These are not traps, they are mirrors. Manipulators falter when forced to reflect. You, however, grow stronger, because every interaction now feeds your vision rather than draining your energy. The result? You move through life with the quiet confidence of one who has already mapped the hidden roads. Opportunities flow to you because you are no longer distracted by smokescreens. Relationships deepen with those who value transparency, while lesser influences simply drift away, unable to find footing. This awakened sight is your birthright as a creator of your own epic. It frees you to dream bigger, act bolder, and rise higher, untouched, unhurried, unstoppable. The world rewards those who see first. Claim that reward. Your future self is already standing taller because you chose to open your eyes today. The river never fights the rock. It simply flows around it, shaping the stone over centuries until the obstacle becomes part of its own majestic path. You are that river, calm, relentless, and infinitely patient. Manipulation counts on your haste, your emotional flair, your need to answer instantly. Master the moments instead, and every attempted current turns harmlessly aside while you carve canyons of influence and peace. True power lies in the pause. When a veiled demand arrives wrapped in urgency, we need this now or everything falls apart. The master of moments smiles inwardly and lets silence speak first. That single breath creates space where clarity reigns. You ask yourself, does this serve the vision I am building, or does it serve someone else's hidden timeline? The answer arrives like dawn. You respond, not react, with measured words that redirect the energy back toward mutual elevation. Let's explore how this strengthens our shared goals over the long horizon. Suddenly, the pressure evaporates. The manipulator is left holding empty air while you glide forward on your own terms. Practice the art of strategic timing daily. In meetings, let others speak first and fully. Notice who interrupts, who steers, who waits for weakness. Then, when your moment arrives, deliver insight like a well-timed arrow, precise, calm, and impossible to deflect. At home or among friends, when guilt or obligation is subtly invoked, pause for 24 hours before committing. Sleep on it. The morning light reveals whether the request was genuine or a quiet lever. This is not delay, this is sovereignty. You honor your own rhythm, and in doing so, teach everyone around you that your time and energy are sacred. Poise becomes your invisible armor. When criticism disguised as concern arrives, you neither defend nor attack. You thank them for the perspective, then continue on your chosen path. People quickly learn that pulling your strings only tightens their own knots. Meanwhile, your steady presence inspires trust in those worthy of it and respectful distance in those who are not. Over time, the very atmosphere around you shifts. Others begin to align with your cadence because it feels natural, powerful, and free of drama. This mastery turns every potential trap into a stepping stone. You accumulate quiet victories that compound into legendary momentum. Careers advance because you are never rushed into regret. Relationships flourish because you give from abundance, never obligation. Most beautifully, you discover an inner peace that no external current can disturb. You are the master of moments, the architect of your own unhurried triumph. The epic you are writing deserves no frantic chapters. Slow down, breathe, choose, and watch the world adjust to the rhythm of a soul that cannot be hurried or hijacked. Legends are not born in crisis. They are quietly forged in the thousand small decisions that precede it. While others scramble to repair their image when storms hit, you've already become the mountain the storm parts around. This is the ultimate preventive power, a reputation so solid, so luminous, that manipulation never finds a crack to enter. It is not defense, it is preemptive invincibility. History's clearest minds taught this truth without apology. Reputation is the cornerstone of enduring influence. A strong one renders you nearly invisible to petty attacks. A fragile one invites them even when you have done nothing to provoke. The wise ruler builds the image long before the throne is tested. The greatest victory is the battle that never occurs because respect arrived first. Start with the small arenas everyone overlooks, the daily micro-theater where reputation is actually born. The way you greet a stranger, the promise you keep when no one is watching, the credit you give freely when you could claim it all. These moments feel insignificant, yet they are the bricks. Treat them as sacred. When you deliver more than expected in trivial tasks, people remember. When you refuse to gossip even once, the silence echoes louder than any speech. Consistency here is your superpower. One aligned action after another becomes a reputation that precedes you into every room. Public mistakes are not disasters, they are opportunities to sculpt legend. The master does not hide, deflect, or blame. You own it cleanly, correct it swiftly, and share the lesson with grace. I misjudged the timing. Here is how we move forward stronger. Observers do not see failure, they witness integrity under fire. That single moment can elevate you more than a year of flawless performance, because it proves your character is not conditional. People begin to trust you with their own vulnerabilities, knowing you will handle them with the same dignity. Live this principle daily and watch the transformation. Doors open before you knock. Allies appear without being asked. Potential manipulators scan the horizon, sense the unassailable aura around you, and simply choose easier targets. Your reputation has already done the work. You walk lighter, dream bolder, and achieve higher because the world now conspires in your favor rather than against you. This is not performance. It is becoming. You are crafting a legacy that protects your peace, amplifies your impact, and lights the path for others to follow. The epic hero does not wait for the dragon to appear. He becomes the figure whose very name makes dragons think twice. That figure is you, starting today, in the smallest choice you make right now. Your name is already becoming a shield. Polish it with intention and move through life untouchable, unstoppable, and profoundly free.